Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
In keeping with our alternative gifting theme this month, we decided to do something a little bit different for our 33rd wedding anniversary.
Which is today.
Happy anniversary. 33 years with this beautiful young lady right here. So what we did to celebrate our 33rd wedding anniversary is we decided to go with Maggie and Terrell to a Texas rodeo.
A good old-fashioned
Texas rodeo.
And we were shocked at how these real cowboys, they would be bucked off of those bucking Broncos and bulls, and you know what? They would get back up.
They get right back up.
And they would go for it again.
Yeah, they'd get right off that horse or that cow, and they would jump right back up there.
Even the mutton busting, the children got to participate, and they would hang on for dear life. They get thrown off.
It's crazy.
You know, that actually makes a perfect metaphor for what we are going to talk about, which is how you and I, over the last 33 years, have prioritized the importance of having a happy marriage. You know, so often they say that when we get married, divorce is not an option. But we also have dedicated our marriage to saying, you know what, an unhappy marriage is not an option either.
We're
going to keep it happy and joyful. Maybe joyful is a better word. Joy in all circumstances.
Joy in all circumstances.
So, just because a lot of people have asked us, we're going to give you some of the 5 things we've put in place.
Our 5 things that we feel have kept our marriage strong over the last 33 years.
And I'm so grateful and blessed. This is such a happy day for us.
So number 5, never stop having adventures.
we don't have trouble with that one.
No. What are some adventures that you remember over the years?
Okay, this is a big one. You got your grant to go to Australia, but as part of that trip, we also went to New Zealand. And just the beauty of that place was amazing. But we also went zorbing. We got in a big ball. Yeah. We rolled around and around. We took a juicy van, camped
little camper van
on the shores of New Zealand.
Went all around the North Island of New Zealand.
And then the huge challenge for me. Do you remember that? The glowworm cave?
Oh, yeah. We did blackwater rafting.
Explain what happens.
And so in blackwater rafting, you basically take this raft with a group of people and you go in this cave that has flowing water in it. Well, you know, when you look online and you see all those advertisements, you've got the glowworms above you. You got people connected together with little headlamps on. Wow.
We got there and I had to jump backwards off a waterfall in an inner tube
it was
in the
dark. More intense than the YouTube video. But we did it.
And I'm grateful for you because as we think about marriage, there is a verse, Ecclesiastes 4:10, which also goes with the whole rodeo theme, right?
Exactly.
It says if one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. I would have been in real trouble in New Zealand, underground, if it hadn't been for you.
Guys, there have been so many times when if Melanie wasn't around, I would have been in real trouble. In fact, on that same trip, and Maggie can sympathize with this one as well, we had just returned from Bali. And we did this cooking class with this family in Bali, and wow, I got Bali belly, and I'm not going to describe it.
No, please don't.
But when we went back to Australia, I don't remember much of Northern Australia. All right.
Maybe a moment when I needed to pick you up, right?
Yeah, Melanie,
give and take.
literally. I'm on the floor of the RV driving down the center of Australia.
Dear.
I'm super blessed that she was there.
Yeah. So our adventures, and adventures like that also help us.
Oh, what about this one? What about this one?
You got another one?
Oh, my dream was to see Crater Lake. Ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to see Crater Lake. So last summer we went to Washington and Oregon, and like when you go up in elevation, the snow doesn't melt as fast. And so there was this hike that I had researched and that I really wanted to do with Melanie, and we didn't have crampons. We didn't have. We weren't very well prepared. I thought we were prepared. Once we got about halfway through the hike, I discovered, wow, I really dropped the ball on this one. And so it would have been really nice for us to have crampons, the ice that was on the
in your
side of the
defense,
mountain.
at that time of year, typically it was. Like, your research was good.
All I could think in my head was,
anomaly.
there goes my wife sliding down this mountain on this sheet of ice all the way down. And so worked out.
Yeah.
We got to the other side of the mountain where the sun had kind of melted the ice.
And don't you think that taking those adventures kind of forces you outside your comfort zone?
Definitely forces you
to
outside your
depend on
comfort
each
zone.
other.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Has been great for our marriage. So
Yeah.
that was number
So number
5. Be sure you have your
Never
adventures.
stop having adventures. Number 4.
Live below your means.
Live below your means. So if you think about in 1 Timothy 6, Paul talks about how the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil.
Yeah,
Right.
it is not money. We're not saying money is
Yeah,
bad.
there's nothing
it's
wrong
where
with money.
where your heart is. If
Yeah.
you love it, then that becomes the
Yeah,
issue.
and so we have chosen to live as much below our means as possible. And I'm not saying that works for everybody, but for Melanie and I, living way below our means and making some of the choices that we have throughout the years.
You'll see we have the same outfits on quite often in these videos.
Yeah,
so get used to it. You're going to see them over and over.
Exactly. Yeah, I hope you like Hawaiian shirts because my students know that I
drive
like.
our vehicles till they're practically dead.
Yeah, our mechanic Denny says my truck has cancer and because it rusts.
Oh, there's
all
so
of
much
it.
rust.
Yeah, and so
But it gets us around.
It's God has really blessed us with countless number of things, and
I think that keeps us from having a lot of difficulties in our marriage. They say finances can oftentimes create those kinds of difficulties. So it just gives us a little heart check and helps in those situations.
Yeah.
All right.
So number 4, we have chosen to live below our means. Number 3.
Oh, when tough times come. This makes me think of the rodeo too.
Yeah.
You have got to hang on tight and choose to stay committed, and definitely thinking about how love is a choice. So often we think of love as being this fleeting emotion, the honeymoon stage, but love is definitely something you choose, and I choose you every single day.
And I choose you every day as well. Guys, marriage is tough.
Yeah.
We're
both sinful beings.
There's so many hills, and there's valleys, and there's mountaintops, and more valleys that follow, and you've got to hold on tight to one another. That's critical to being able to have a strong, successful marriage.
In fact, 1 Peter 4:8 says, above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins.
Exactly.
There has to be forgiveness there, without a doubt, for all of those things that we as sinful people are bound, like we're bound to get on each other's nerves every once in a while, and love will cover that. So choose each other every day. Talk about number 2.
All right, let go of selfishness. This was probably the biggest one for me early in our marriage. We as sinful people are selfish. We're naturally selfish. And choosing Melanie each and every day is mandated, but it's also gives me the most joy each and every day to choose her. And we came across this, I don't know how long ago it was. We heard people say, well, marriage is a 50-50. You know, I have to give 50, she has to give 50, and then that equals 100%. And
almost like you're keeping score,
yeah,
right?
And we're all happy. Well,
that
you know,
work
we
like that.
we heard somebody say, no, marriage is actually 100-100. So no matter what kind of day I'm having or Melanie's having, I give 100%. I don't expect anything from her. Mm-hmm. Okay? She doesn't expect anything from me. And so she gives 100%, I give 100%, mm-hmm. and if I'm giving 100% and she's giving 100%, that encourages each of us to be as selfless mm-hmm. as possible.
And that's something we don't think that we're perfect at that.
Absolutely
like that's something
not.
We have to check ourselves on, but just having that understanding of we're not keeping score. And you know what? The Lord has blessed us, because I have found that as part of that service to you, it brings me so much joy. So many people think that serving others is going to be something that's not fun or not enjoyable. It absolutely brings so much joy.
And I tell you what, guys, you know, when I wake up in the morning and I get the opportunity to serve this young lady, it's the highlight of my day, being able to do that. And so it's not a burden. Yeah, I don't feel like I have to give 100%. God has blessed me in our marriage, and I want to give 100%. I want to give more than 100%. And it is an absolute joy being able to serve her.
And speaking of God, because none of those things are going to work if we do not keep God at the center of our marriage. So and that would certainly be number one, keep God at the center.
Yeah, without question, without debate, you've got to put God number one. And this might be a little countercultural as well, because we think a lot of times in marriage that she comes first or that I come first. I'm the husband, she's the wife. We come first in each other's life. That we don't believe that. She's number two, and I expect to be number two in her life as well. If I am not centered on God, there's no way that I can serve her 100%. No, there's absolutely no way. So putting God first is critical. It's an honor to put God first. And one of the ways that we do that is as soon as we wake up, not only do we pray, but before we start our day, we get on our knees and pray for each other at the foot of the bed or wherever we're at. And having that moment is not just so very special, but it also helps to focus our day. You know, if we think about all the things we're going to do that particular day, I know that I started my day out in prayer with the love of my life, and I feel centered that way.
And we're just praising God that He has blessed us in these 33 years. And we're going to leave you with 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let all you do be done in love. And I am so grateful that 33 years ago I made the best decision of my life.
And so did I.
And you guys, thank you for joining us on this little special edition and celebrating our 33rd wedding anniversary with us.
And happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary.